Welcome to another tech video. Today we're going to be having a look at a fairly old machine. We're going to be giving it a good clean up, having a look at the inside. We're going to be sticking a hard disk in and prepping it for resale. So this is the unit itself. We've already given the power supply a bit of a dust off at the back. So let's get the side panel removed and let's have a look at the inside. Okay, so this needs a pretty good clean. Let's get that laid down and let's have a look inside at it. So we're going to have to, I think we're going to remove the CPU cooler and we're going to get that cleaned out as much as we can. Let's just have a look inside there. So it's completely blocked at the moment. So we've got a fair bit of cleaning to do, but we're going to be using an air duster just to blow all of this out, and then we'll have a look once it's clean. Okay, so after giving a good clear out, it's actually come up quite nice. Let's have a look inside a bit better. So once all that air was blown around inside, it's given it a really good clean. The CPU cooler has actually unclogged everything. Looking at the power supply, it's Corsair power supply CX430M. That's come up nice and clean as well. So yeah, really pleased. So the memory in here is some ballistics. Crucial ballistics. It was ballistics RAM. Let's have a look at that. Sport DDR4. Not sure what the speed is. 2400 megahertz. Nice stick of memory there, so we'll get that back in. It's only single channel memory, but it's perfectly adequate to drive this system. We'll check it all out later, and we'll also have a look at what the CPU is. I'm not entirely sure what the CPU is. I know it's a Core i5, but in terms of what else is with it, I'm not sure what the actual make of the CPU is. So we'll get that RAM reseated. We'll get it all connected. So what we're going to be putting in here is a 1 terabyte Western Digital blue drive, and we're going to be putting a fresh copy of Windows 10 on here. So let's get this hard disk mounted. See if we've got some screws for it. 1, 2, 4. Right. So the drive will just slide under here into this position. Need to get that mounted in the right place. There we go, nice and solid. And then we get our SATA cable connected. And our power. Like that. And then let's get our case cover on. We're going to put our system fan on the system fan mounting where that was previously missing. Like that. There we go. I'm not sure we need the system fan connected, but we're going to connect it anyway. Okay, so here we are booted into the BIOS. So it's a 6th gen Core i5 6500 running at 3.2 gigahertz, 8 gig of RAM, So it is XMP enabled, so let's enable XMP on here, profile 1. See what that gives us, and then we've got our DVD ROM, our Western Digital drive. Okay, so we've got our CPU fan and our system fan reporting now, which is good. Okay, so that is it. So now what we want to do is we want to get our bootable Windows 10 USB drive, and we're going to get that connected. Save and exit. Save and exit setup. Configuration, yes. Okay. I'm not sure what the boot menu option is, normally F8 on something like this, so we'll try that and see if we can get in. Okay, we seem to be power cycling at the moment. Okay, so we've had to clear the BIOS settings. We need to go back in and now find out what caused our issue. I've got a feeling it's because we enabled the security. So let's go back to our easy options, which I think is down here. There we go, easy mode. Right. Okay, so everything's back to normal. Now let's find out what the problem was. We'll go into XMP enable and let's save that and make sure that that is okay. Okay, so we found out what the problem was. Power cycling is caused by enabling XMP on the memory. So what we're going to do is we're going to disable that. In the meantime, while that's booting, let's get the side panel put back on. Like that. Alright, here we are into Windows. So we're going to click on Next. I'm going to click on Install now. We're going to destroy everything on the drive that's in there. So we're going to say I don't have a product key because we're going to add that later if we need it. We're going to leave it on Windows 10 Home, accept the license terms. Going to do install Windows only. Going to delete the partitions, and we're going to install on the unallocated space of 931.5 gigabytes on the 1 terabyte drive. So we're going to click on Next. Okay, so that's Windows installing. As soon as that's done, we'll come back and we'll have a look at the system. Alright, so here we are booted into Windows. We're just missing the bottom of the display screen, but that's absolutely fine. We're going to go into our system. We go to About, then we can have a look in detail. And here we go with our 3.2 gigahertz i5 6500, 8 gig of RAM. So we haven't got any drivers installed. We've still got Windows Update to do, as you can see down here, Windows 10 Home 1901. So once that's all updated, then we can get this one shipped back to our customer, who will be able to sell it on eBay. So just while this is running, I wanted to point out that although we loaded Windows without a key, Windows is actually activated. So it's picked up either the details from the hardware itself and recognized that it was previously activated and then just activated it, or it's detected that there was a previous Windows installation on the drive as part of the setup process and checked and saw that that was activated. I'm not sure how Windows does this, but yeah, we've not actually entered a product key at all and it's all activated. So that's great news. It means that we can just carry on, load everything that we need to, and not worry about Windows activation. The other thing to note is that actually all of the drivers have now installed themselves, and one of the things that we noticed, so in the BIOS the security settings were actually set to disabled, but it does have a TPM chip on here, and if we look, it's got a trusted platform module 2.0, which means that this machine will be able to run Windows 11. However, because of the speed of its hard disk, the recommendation that we would suggest to whoever purchases this device is to change out the hard disk for an SSD drive, and you'll get really super performance from this going forward. So it could be a good little buy for someone. So the other thing to notice as well is looking at the bottom of the screen here, you can now see that we're actually capturing the whole screen, and that's because the graphics driver has just updated, so that's good news as well. And so here we are, fully booted into Windows. This is the last boot that we're going to be doing. Let's just double check. I'm fairly sure we're all up to date in terms of Windows updates, which we are. We can just do one final check. In terms of the cleanup and load of Windows, that is now all complete. As you can see there, no more Windows updates, so we're fully patched up to the hilt. The maximum this can go up to, I think, was 20H2 or 20H1. Let's just check. 20H2. So that's it. We'll have a quick look around the system, quick look inside, and here we have the finished clean machine. Case fan all spinning in there, giving a bit more ventilation, although to be honest it doesn't need it. A little bit of overkill, to be honest. Core i5. Let's have a look inside. Just got to be careful when we take the side panel off. Let's have a look, see if we can get in here. There we go. Just going to lay that down for a sec. Let's have a look inside. And then inside we've got a lovely clean system. It's almost like new. So this is going to do a lovely job of giving someone some good computing for a number of years. So if you found that video useful or just interesting, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just want to say thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.